Hey guys, welcome to American Noble. And man, I've had a life. So I think this is probably what the American Noble podcast or something. And well, isn't that great? It cut off. Will it not cut off this time? Did I actually fucking wait? Is it already? It's already fucking cutting off. Are you fucking kidding me? No, it's not already cutting off. Okay, fine, it's not. Jeez, man, this is like my life though. That was just your life. Da, 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 da. What's that? What's that song? That was that's Metallica. Oh my goodness, yeah, that's Metallica. That was just your life. Um, but yeah, man, I just feel like my whole life. I went to college. I got a good job after college. Somehow it seemed like I beat my friends at least for a while in making money, even though I was barely making more than 40,000, which at this point seems to me to be somewhat close to minimum wage because I think I was essentially making that much in Massachusetts working at a hotel, and that was after my great cataclysm. But you know, when you get to the point where it feels like people kind of treat it as a funny thing that like someone would ever not. Here's the thing. I recently got a job and even it started well, and I think for some with some people like it is going well, and I think I'm doing a decent job, and I think also like I'm one of the more hardworking people you'll ever meet. A lot of people might dispute that, but then I think a lot of people would say, actually, no, Matt's a real fucking Matt. Like, literally, I've gotten compliments from more than one person about like how just I am like I'm fucking there at work. I'm fucking oh you need me over here. I'm there. It's like oh well where do you work, Matt? It's like I work at a restaurant. All right, I didn't go to fucking college for it. I went to college for writing. And editing and stuff. And I did do that. I edited books that ended up in Barnes and Noble, yes. But I work at a fucking restaurant. And the thing is, like, for the first time in many years, I've been getting like some affection, and I just mean general, like people seeming to fucking like me. I've been getting some affection, some like attention, and even some seeming feminine attention, but the thing is, it seems like every single time like something is presented to me, and I write about this on Matt Thoughts 5, every single time something's presented to me, it feels like it's just pulled right away. It curdles the second I look at it. Did I post that on Matt Thoughts? Anyway, it basically, like, there was one girl who, as I was saying, she seemed to be, and by the way, I feel like also it seems like every once in a while, like someone at work, I'll overhear someone saying something, and it's like, that seems related to something that I may have said on a stream or something. And yet, perhaps not, but nobody is saying like, oh, they know they've seen your streams. So it seems like if I have if they have seen them, then it's like sort of a just an audience of people like who are just like pretending not to have or just like not coming around and telling me. And it's like, I'll tell you what, if somebody, I don't know, if somebody's sort of silently watching something that you're doing and like you see them frequently and they kind of, instead of like saying, hey, like, oh, like, I've seen your whatever, instead of that, like, they're just kind of like taking notes and shit and like, like shit's coming back to bite you that you said. It's like, all right, well, it seems like you guys are being kind of surreptitious around me. Actually, it would be nice if say there was a guy at work who was streaming and he was a newer guy at work. It would be nice if somebody fucking if there was some kind of thing. It would be nice if somebody fucking mentioned it, right? Oh no, Matt, we got to keep it a secret. It's like, well, see, here's the thing. I'm not saying that they are like that. That may be me guessing and guessing incorrectly, and fine. But I'll tell you what, like being some kind of like local pariah, like I guess you could be a town hero. I'm a town villain, and I mean, here's the thing, like anyone who hates me, if you hate me for what I'm doing, then I'm generally totally behind like what I would say and what I would do, hopefully. And so if you hate me for that, then it's like, all right, well, then I guess you're just against what I would be behind, so it doesn't really matter. It's like, all right, well, Matt, well then would it not matter with people at work? And it's like, well, it wouldn't matter in the same way it wouldn't matter. However, there there's been interest shown in me, like people, and even if it's not romantic interest, although it's funny because there was one person who was being sort of very overtly flirty, and like she was doing it in sort of a jokey kind of way, but like it was so many times and so many things, and it seemed like she basically like she like indeed it seemed like she was like getting kind of a kick out of talking to me or like excited to see me. And so it's like, all right, well, if the flirting is a joke, is the joke that anyone would ever fucking like me? Is that the fucking joke here? But then, of course, like, then the flirting just fucking stops. And it's just like, she seems actually, like, really fucking cold to me. Or not really cold, but, like, essentially, like, just totally turned off. Like she has, like, there was something turned on that has then been disengaged. And it's like, all right. So I have my little like fucking mental emotional breakdown about that, and it's not a big mental emotional breakdown, but I definitely like I went into work and around this person, I was like, all right, well, I'm pulling back, if you're pulling back, then I'm pulling back, and then it seemed like she was kind of like disappointed that I was pulling back, or like. It seems like such a fucking like serious, and I'm not like angry, but like it is frustrating. It seems like it was just such a series of like kind of like signals and blah blah to the point where like she actually said like, please won't you just talk to me, like on the night where I was like really kind of pulling back and kind of like, all right, like fine. And I kind of like snickered when like she was singing that, and she sang it like right near me. I kind of like snickered and turned away. I wasn't like necessarily looking right at her, but like she was like to a certain direction, and I turned to the other direction and kind of like gave a little exasperated or like kind of frustrated laugh. It's like, why don't you fucking talk to me? Why don't you fucking talk to me? If I'm doing something right that you like, and then it goes wrong, but then you would say like, why don't you talk to me? It's like, look, I don't know what's going on here. I haven't had like anybody even be nearly friendly to me in fucking like 7-10 years. I literally haven't had like anyone really that I felt like I could talk to. Probably for like five, at least well, certainly at least for like 5 years, but probably for like 7-10 years. I had one cousin whom I was talking to, and I think we were on different wavelengths anyway. But it's like I come into this oasis of all these people, and they're all very like they're actually a lot of them were pretty nice to me right off the bat. Then it seemed like some of them cooled to me. I have a fairly big online trail, and I have I have a speech crimes felony with like whatever shit the media put up about me to make me look bad. It's like, oh, Matt, make you look bad? It's like, yeah, make me look bad because I fucking sent somebody emails. All right, that if you can't say more than that about what I did, then I think it's about making me look bad and not about me being bad, But hold on. Anyway, it's just so frustrating, and like I feel like I want to break down into fucking tears because it's like the thing is this girl, like it's like, okay, fine, whatever, like everything, it seems very unstable with her, and I think she's actually great. I think she seems like a pretty great person. But then there's someone else at work who was also showing me like she'd smile at me, like she was like friendly and like laughing. She literally said at one point, "You're a good person, Matt," which was a very sweet thing to say. And I, of course, immediately I felt very like I felt like a very like I was like, oh wow, like that's really great. But then B, I felt like, oh my God, now I'm terrified. Like now, basically, it's like now, Matt, you're on, like and so, of course. But in any case, for a little while after that, she went from being fairly reticent around me, or I think I felt a little awkward around her, and maybe she felt that way around me. She went from being like that to being very friendly and very kind of outgoing with me, and just like, like talking to me a lot. And I'm not saying she was necessarily showing interest, but it seemed like she might have been. And again, if it's like, oh, Matt, well, that's verboten, no, you're not allowed to think anyone's showing you interest, then I'm like, all right. My response again would be, is it the joke that anyone would like me or ever show me interest? Because that's a pretty nasty fucking joke. And you know what, if that's the joke, then whoever's laughing at it might, I don't know. In any case, and I'm not saying anyone's necessarily laughing or whatever, but it's just like, and it's like, well, Matt, this is just such a fucking smoke screen of fog that you are creating for us. Like, what's going on? It's like, it's a smoke screen of fog for me, because then I go in yesterday and like she starts off the day like being very friendly and kind, and she's like, good morning to me and somebody else, and then like she says to me like, oh, did you see this other person's dog, or a picture of the dog or something? And I was like, no, and like blah blah blah. It's just like she was continuing to be like friendly. And then when I came back from lunch yesterday, or just before I came back from lunch actually, because I was going to the bathroom and then going back to my car and then going to come back, uh, I saw her walking in towards the building when I was walking out, and like she looked at me with like basically, whether she had pulled back before or whatever, like she looked at me like she was actually kind of mad at me, or like kind of like had felt like I was distasteful or something. And I was like, all right. So I kind of did like a little whatever, like a little hand gesture to say hi or something, like a little semi salute thing or something. And then I walked away. Not like, just sort of like a friendly thing, not like now you made an expression, now I'm saluting you in a fake fucking like, hey boss, I appreciate you kind of way, the fucking evil people saying that shit. But it's like, then like for the rest of the day she was basically like nothing, like if not she was nothing, but for the rest of the day, well, not nothing, but for the rest of the day it seemed like she was kind of like angry, well, not angry at me, but like, well, maybe angry at me. Like it seemed like she was actually looking at me with like kind of an angry look. And the thing is, I don't think I've ever actually seen her look like angry at anybody. And so it's like, she seemed. Here's the thing: she seems like a very nice person, and like actually, she seems like probably like the sweetest person there, and like the most solid in terms of her morals. Like it seems like she really cares, and that's huge, and that's very different from a lot of people. And yet, like, so she suddenly now it seems like she's kind of mad at me too. And the thing is, it's just like, why is it always that every fucking time someone is fucking nice to me, every fucking time someone is fucking nice to me, and then they're being friendly to me, and it seems like I've got someone who might actually even be interested in me. Oh no, Matt, now it's, oh, oh no, that's, oh, anyone being interested in you, now you even saying it seems like that, then you're just a creep. And it's like, okay, fine. It seems like somebody might be interested in me, and every fucking time it seems like, all right, then it's like, oh great, and then suddenly they just turn off, or they get mad at me. And it's like, look, again, there's enough online that you can look up about me that you would get mad at me, but this is a person where they would have had the chance to look up a lot online about me to get mad at me, and it didn't seem like they had. In fact, it seemed like they were actually one of the people here who essentially was set, essentially by their behavior or by their actions, she was saying, like, I don't care about like or at least to whatever extent I did care, I'm not gonna let it have me like have negative interactions with you. And yet now, like, I wouldn't say the interactions were negative, but like, well, because again, she seems like a very, oh, God help me, please, Matt. You can cut out like the little parts here. I'm getting fucking attacked here. But it's just, it seemed like she was very, very nice and very positive. And then, of course, no, Matt, you fail. No, anytime someone's nice to you, we pull it away. Anytime someone's nice to you, we pull it away.